Hello friends, hope you are all doing great. Welcome to Door Academy. This is Shahbaz Afzal and I will be teaching the general science concepts. Friends, in the today's class we will discuss about the physical quantities and measurements. That is, we will try to find out what are physical quantities, why do we require physical quantities, how do we represent them, and how do we measure the physical quantities. Friends, here you see many measuring devices like thermometer, voltmeter, speedometer, clock, ammeter, and beam balance. The question is, what does they measure? The answer is that they measure the physical quantities. For example, the thermometer measures the temperature, so temperature is a physical quantity. The voltmeter measures the electric voltage in a circuit, so electric voltage is a physical quantity. Likewise, the speedometer measures the speed of a vehicle and hence speed is a physical quantity. Similarly, the clock measures the time, therefore time is a physical quantity. And the beam balance measures the mass of a body, so mass is a physical quantity. Friends, I hope you have got a little idea about it. So let us start with our topic. Here we present the overview of the today's class and we will be knowing about what is a physical quantity, what is a standard unit, what are the characteristics of a standard unit, what are the types of physical quantities, and what are the types of standard units. So let us begin with the physical quantities. Friends, physics deals with the scientific study of universe and its phenomena. The universe is composed of matter and energy. A physical quantity is the property of an entity in the universe that can be quantified and measured, like mass, time, length, and so on. Anything which cannot be measured is not a physical quantity and hence does not come under physics, like God, honesty, dishonesty, perception, etc. Physics deals with the study of nature with the help of laws known as laws of physics. So, physical quantities are the means of describing laws of physics. Physical quantities does not refer to the entities that have physical existence. They may or may not have the physical existence. For example, mass has physical existence while time does not have. Similarly, length has physical existence while temperature do not have. But we can measure them. A physical quantity can be expressed by its value and its unit. For example, an object having mass 5 kg, where 5 represents the value of a physical quantity and kg represents the unit of the physical quantity. The international system that defines and identifies the physical quantities is known as International System of Quantities. Now we found that physical quantities are measurable entities. So the question is, how do we measure the physical quantities? In terms of what do we measure the physical quantities? Here the concept of units comes into picture. Unit refers to one value of a quantity like 1 rupee, 1 liter, 1 kg or 1 meter. Though rupee is not a unit in physics, its description here is just for the better understanding of the concept. Friends, the process of measuring a physical quantity with its unit is known as measurement. Now we can define unit as the standard used for measurement of a physical quantity. So the measurement of a physical quantity is basically the comparison of given quantity with its standard value. That is the comparison with its standard unit. For example, this is 1 rupee. So a hundred rupee has a value equal to 100 times of its standard unit. Similarly, the mass of 60 kg means 60 times to its standard value. That is 60 multiplied by 1 kg. Measurement of a physical quantity consists of two parts. The numerical value of the physical quantity is called its magnitude and the unit in which it is measured is called its standard value or standard unit. Similarly, a 5 meter tape will be equal to 5 times to its standard value, that is 5 multiplied by 1 meter. Therefore, we can say that measure of a physical quantity is equal to magnitude of the physical quantity with its standard unit. Now let us discuss the requirements of a standard unit. The unit selected for the measurement of a physical quantity should meet the following requirements or following characteristics. Number one, it should be universally accepted, that is, it should be internationally accepted reference standard. For example, if we take kilogram as a standard unit for mass, it should mean same in India, UK, or any other place in the world. Number two, it should be well defined. That is, the method used to define a standard unit should not produce different values at different places or at different times. For example, 1 kg should mean 1000 grams both in India and in UK. Similarly, 1 kg should mean 1000 grams both on Earth and on Moon. And likewise, 1 kg should mean 1000 grams both in 2021 and in 2050. Number third, it should be invariable with time and place. Number 4, it should be easily reproducible. Number 5, it should be easily available. Number 6, it should be of convenient size, that is neither too large nor too small. Number 7, it should not change with change in physical conditions like temperature, pressure, humidity, etc. Number 8, it should have practical applications. And number 9, it should be easily comparable with similar units. Now we will discuss the types of physical quantities. Based on the criteria chosen for classification, we have, on the basis of units directions, we have 3 types of physical quantities in physics, and they are physical quantities with magnitude but no units, for example specific gravity, dielectric constant, refractive index, etc. They are pure numbers because they are the ratio of same physical quantities, and hence they are the unitless quantities. Number 2, physical quantities with magnitude and units but no direction, for example mass, length, time, speed, etc. Like mass of 10 kg does not give any sense of direction, and length of 100 meters also do not give any sense of direction. Similarly, time of 50 seconds does not provide any sense of direction. Though these quantities are having both magnitude and units, but they does not provide any information about the direction. Now we are having the third type of physical quantities which have magnitude, units and direction. For example, force, velocity, etc. Like a force of 5 Newton applied to a body in north direction. Similarly, a car moving with a velocity of 50 kilometers per hour in south direction. The first two are called as scalar quantities, and the third one is called as the vector quantity. The number second classification of physical quantities is based on their dependency. So, on the basis of dependency, physical quantities are of 2 types: fundamental or base quantities and derived quantities. So let us check out what are fundamental quantities. The physical quantities which do not depend on any other physical quantity for their measurement are called as fundamental quantities or base quantities. Or we can say that the physical quantities which cannot be resolved into other physical quantity are known as fundamental quantities. The International System of Quantities defines 7 base quantities along with their dimensional symbols, and they are shown in the following table. The left hand side represents the physical quantity, fundamental physical quantity, and the right hand side represents the dimensional symbol for the physical quantity. So we have length, mass, time, absolute temperature, amount of substance, electric current, and luminous intensity. And the corresponding dimensional symbols are capital R for length, capital M for mass, capital T for time, theta for absolute temperature, capital N for amount of substance, capital I for electric current, and capital J for luminous intensity. So now let us have a look at the derived physical quantities. The physical quantities which depend on one or more fundamental quantities for their measurement are called derived quantities. For example, force, area, velocity, acceleration, etc. Or we can say that the physical quantity which can be resolved into fundamental physical quantity is known as a derived quantity. Now let us have a brief comparison about the fundamental physical quantities and derived physical quantities. So number one, the fundamental physical quantities are independent in nature, that is, they do not depend on any other physical quantity, whereas the derived physical quantities are dependent in nature, that is, they depend upon the base quantities. Number two, the fundamental quantities cannot be resolved further, while as the derived physical quantities can be resolved into base quantities. Number third, the fundamental quantities, all the fundamental quantities have units with them, while as some derived quantities are unitless. Number four, all the fundamental quantities are scalar in nature, while as some derived quantities are scalars and some are vectors. Number five, we have 7 fundamental physical quantities in physics, while as we have more than 7 derived quantities in physics. Now coming to the types of standard units. According to the type of physical unit to be measured, standard units are of two types. Number one, fundamental or base units, and number two, derived units. So the units chosen for measuring the fundamental physical quantities are called as fundamental units or base units. Corresponding to 7 base quantities, there are 7 fundamental units. The 7 fundamental units are shown in this table. So we have 3 columns here. Column 1 represents the fundamental quantity, and column 2 represents the standard unit for the fundamental quantity, while the column 3 represents the unit symbol for the quantity. For length, the standard unit is meter and the unit symbol is m. For mass, the standard unit is kilogram and the unit symbol is kg. For time, the standard unit is second and the unit symbol is s. For electric current, the standard unit is ampere and the unit symbol is capital A. For thermodynamic temperature, the standard unit is Kelvin and the unit symbol is capital K. For luminous intensity, the standard unit is candela and the unit symbol is CD. And for the amount of substance, the standard unit is mole and the unit symbol is MOL. Now the derived units. The derived units are the standard units which are used to measure the derived physical quantities. We can say that the derived units depend on fundamental units for their measurement. Here is the list of some of the derived physical quantities along with their standard units and unit symbol. For example, we have the volume. Its standard unit is cubic meter and the unit symbol is m power 3. For speed, the standard unit is meter per second and the unit symbol is m by s. For force, the standard unit is Newton and the unit symbol is capital N. Similarly, for work, we have standard unit joule and the unit symbol is capital J. For frequency, we have the standard unit hertz and the unit symbol Hz. For pressure, we have the unit Newton per meter square and the unit symbol Newton per meter square. For acceleration, we have the standard unit meter per second square and the unit symbol is m by s power 2. Friends, that is all about today's class. I hope you have enjoyed the lecture. Friends, if you liked this video, do subscribe the channel. For any queries, write us in the comment box. Thank you friends. See you in the next class. Take care.